Welcome to this week's Confidence Picks here on the channel. I'm Steve Dace. He's Aaron McIntyre. And it is time, Aaron, for me to ask you a question I have been dreading for the last several days. Incoming. Where do things stand in our Pick'em contest?
Both of us had challenging weeks, we'll put it that way.
Oh, boy. That's,
you hit on...
Holy crap, that sucks.
Ohio State. Did I miss something here? No.
No, you did not.
No, I didn't. You hit on Ohio State at your seventh spot.
I suck again. Yeah.
And then Illinois, you hit on that over Indiana at the 5 spot. And then it was all red after that, including your bonus pick of Penn State plus 5.5 over Michigan.
That was not an emotional hedge, by the way. We both picked
Penn State to win outright.
Yep.
I hit on Ohio State over Michigan State and Illinois over Indiana. So I gained 1 point on you, right? Yeah, I gained 1 point on you just on our confidence picks. And then you lost 7 on your bonus pick, and I gained 7 on my bonus pick, Indiana, Illinois over 43.5, which means you gained only 5 points this week total. I gained 20, which means I'm ahead 434 to 424. Wow.
As the late, great Billy Packer used to say, you've got a working margin.
Yeah, I mean, though, if we've gone back and forth now, this is, I think, 3 straight weeks where we've had lead changes, but we are getting down into crunch time, not much more margin for error in the final 2 weeks.
All right, let's lay it out. My 7-point game this week is Ohio State over Minnesota. I think the Buckeyes can name their score, but I think they'll probably play it a lot like they did Sparty last week. Get in, get out, get ready for the game next week. Michigan will have a tougher affair at Maryland. It's a classic sandwich spot for Michigan. But remember, Michigan was in this spot 2 years ago, a win at Happy Valley with Ohio State on deck, and they beat Maryland. I think it was 58-19. So I don't know how many players Maryland has that would start for Michigan. The answer is not many, but the situation certainly is favorable to Maryland, at least keeping it closer than maybe the experts think. I'm going to take Penn State over Rutgers straight up. I don't think Rutgers has enough offense to go in there and win, but it would not shock me, man, if that's like 17-6 or something like that. Okay. I'm going to take Northwestern over Purdue. This is the biggest moving line in our league so far this week. At the time you and I are recording this line has moved 4.5 points in favor of Purdue. It opened up with Northwestern favored by 1.5, Purdue now favored by 3. But with the announcement this week now that David Braun is going to be the full-time coach, Northwestern going for bowl eligibility, Purdue's really not playing for anything. I think that those intangibles are going to have Northwestern pull, I guess we'll now call it an upset at home, and get to bowl eligibility, which to me just blows my mind. It's one of the best coaching jobs in our league I've ever seen. I'll take Wisconsin over Nebraska, but only with 3 points. Wisconsin's got problems everywhere right now. The team has not improved as it's gone along under Luke Fickell, as many expected. And Nebraska is also playing for bowl eligibility. And I just think that matters a lot more to them than it matters to Wisconsin. But I just think in the end, Nebraska can't stop turning the ball over. They have more turnovers than any team in our league. For 2 points, and I hate doing this to you, but the Cooper DeJean injury, I was already leaning this way. Mm-hmm. I'm taking Illinois. This goes back when I used to cover Iowa for a living, okay? And there were just too many times the old Hawkeye alum, Brett Bielema, coaching at Wisconsin, just took Iowa's still beating hard out of its chest, Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom style, and stomped on it. I just saw that too many times. And man, that I just already didn't like that mojo already going in, Aaron.
Yep.
And now you take Iowa's best player off the field. Hate saying it, but I'm going to take Illinois in the upset over Iowa and my 1 point game because I have absolutely no idea what happens here. I'll take Indiana to beat Michigan State, although it's a revenge spot for Sparty. Remember, they went in there and Indiana won in East Lansing a year ago. My bonus pick. So I really love Northwestern, but we're going by opening lines here, and the opening line was Northwestern as a favorite, and now they're a 3-point dog. I can't play that kind of value. That's a crime against sports wagering. So I'm going to take the hook because the hook fell off with Cooper DeJean's announcement. Mm-hmm. So the opening line still gives me that hook outside the field goal. I'll take Illinois plus 3.5 over Iowa.
Good analysis. I have Michigan over Maryland in my top slots. I think Michigan shouldn't have any challenges against Maryland. Not really sure what Maryland is playing for at this point of the season. It could be an emotional letdown spot for the Wolverines, but who knows what Jim Harbaugh's status is going to be. This could be another fake chip on the shoulder another chip on the shoulder type of game for Michigan's players. So who knows? But I don't think they're going to have any problems. Same with Ohio State. They should roll over Minnesota. I have Northwestern in my five slot outright over Purdue. I think with the news of David Braun, as you were just saying, I think they're going to they should be able to prevail over Purdue, which really surprised me last week. Just a complete offensive outburst, 49 points against Minnesota. I don't know if they can do that again, and Northwestern plays some really good defense. I've got Penn State over Rutgers, kind of hedging on this a little bit. I've got them a little bit lower than you do. I think this could be an emotional letdown spot. Rutgers, their defense just got embarrassed by Iowa. Really, it was embarrassing to give up over 400 yards to that offense. So they've got to be saying, hey, we've got an opportunity to knock down Penn State. Don't know if they can win outright, but they should be able to keep that close. I have Michigan State over Indiana. I should have taken Indiana over Michigan State because I've got Indiana under 3.5 wins on the year, just as a hedge, so I can win something there. But I really don't know what to make of this game. I don't know what Indiana's playing for. Don't know what Michigan State's playing for. But I'm just kind of flipping the coin with that one. Number 2, I've got Wisconsin over Minnesota.
Nebraska.
I'm sorry, Wisconsin over Nebraska. I'm literally reading it on the screen, and I still said Minnesota. That's happened multiple times this year in this segment. Wisconsin over Nebraska. Wisconsin's got them at home. Don't know where Nebraska is. They're still playing for a bowl game, but so is Wisconsin. I just think Wisconsin is probably still overall the more disciplined team. And then in my one slot, I've got Iowa over Illinois. Just don't know I don't know what to make of this one. Iowa, even without Cooper DeJean, should beat Illinois, although they do have a wide receiver who's pretty good. That doesn't really help when you're missing your best player who happens to play cornerback. But I still think Iowa at home, with the circumstances, all of that should be on their side. That stadium's going to be juiced. I think Iowa should be able to win, but I'm not super confident. And then I've got Penn State Rutgers over 41. I still think Rutgers, the capability of Gavin Wimsatt, didn't really show the pick six of ability last week. That's going to be back on the table this week. I could see Penn State winning 27 to what would it be? It's just 17, something like that. So I still think Penn State should be able to put up a few points, if nothing, on short fields. So I like that over 41 points.
So not a lot of variance,
yeah,
but there's a couple of games that were on the same side, but have different point associations. But there are 10 potential points that flip here with Iowa. We're on opposite sides there. And then, of course, we have different 7-point bonus picks as well.
Yeah, this was the variance that we were looking for when we changed things up before this.
And it's the variance picks I need. Otherwise, I'd be screwed right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. All right. So that'll do it for this week's picks. Tune into the channel next week. We'll analyze all the games and then preview rivalry weekend as well. Looking forward to that. For Aaron McIntyre, I'm Steve Deace. We'll see you then.